Hi everyone, my name is Charlie and this is Charlie and today is the return of Charlie and Charlie's Christmas Cracker. This is our third year in a row of doing this. Some of us are taller than our first year doing this. Some of us might have put on a little bit of winter weight, Christmas is coming and this goose definitely got fat. Today we
Yes,
are going to be
beautiful. Both beautiful. They're both beautiful.
I mean, I never said anything about not being beautiful, Charlie. My goodness, this cardigan didn't just pay for itself. So, the Christmas crackers are going to be running for the next 4 weeks. We are going to be here on my channel this week. And then for the second and third weeks, we are going to be over on Charlie's channel. And for the final week, we will be back here to do it all over again. And you have to make sure that you are subscribed to both of us if you want to enjoy all of the festive cheer that we have got planned for you all. Have you got anything to say, Charlie?
Just I'm very excited. It's going to be the most fun. I love our Christmas crackers. It's like my favourite time of year.
Yeah, it's like despite everything else that has happened, despite the videos that we've planned that haven't happened this year, this has been the one that's been like the firm thing that's going to happen. And
But we have to do
hopefully
it.
does not end in tragedy like last year's Christmas cracker. Let's try, touch wood. We're not going to jinx this. We are hopeful. So today, Charlie, do you want to let people know what we have in store for them?
So we have Christmas cracker joke. So we always start with a joke.
Some of us more smutty than others, I would like to add.
I'll try, but weekends are hard this year. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, okay.
Then we've got our 2 likes, 1 dislike, and the first week we've got Christmas songs.
We do.
Do you want to say the next two?
Okay. Then we are going to be doing a Charlie and Charlie Christmas cracker staple, which is our gift guide. And we have a new Charlie challenge, which is a little bookish game that we have concocted entitled Charlie's Ratings Are Right. And you will be able to hear more about that as we get on with the video before finally ending on something that we both decided that we needed this year, which is kind of goes against the grain for what it means to be a Charlie. But this week, we are going to be ending things with a moment of happiness from our week.
And we all want you guys to do the same in the comments as well, don't we?
This is true. We want them to share their moments of happiness with us as well, even if it does awaken the cynic inside of me. So I think that what we have to do is begin things with our Christmas cracker joke. And since, you are renowned for your jokes, Charlie, I would like to hear what you have in store for us.
My first joke, I'm going to go, because I don't want to go like, it's a crap one. So I'm going to tell you, this is a crap joke. Like,
Mine is too.
No, this is really, really bad. So it's not funny. None of the jokes I found this year are funny.
Maybe you just lost your sense of humor this year.
That's what's happened. Nothing's funny. So anyway, I'm going to tell you now. So I will see your static reaction. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's your face that makes me want to laugh.
I know, it's like I'm just so overjoyed that we're back together. That's all.
Why was the elf giggling in Santa's workshop?
I'm hardly terrified.
He saw Santa's North Pole.
What's this? I immediately got eyes watering. God, I didn't expect that.
You did, don't lie.
I didn't. I thought it was going to be something about all the toys that he was creating.
Okay.
Yeah, like he'd found a plug-in one or it was Wi-Fi operated. But no, I didn't expect that. My goodness.
That's even
worse. My Christ. Well, mine is, the last few years we've always said whose is funnier, and I already know that yours is funnier than mine. Have you heard about Rocket the brown-nosed reindeer?
No.
He can run just as fast as Rudolph. He just can't stop as fast.
Oh, gross. A bit yuck. Is that going to be the angle you go this year? A little bit yuck.
I don't know, but I told you I found a crap joke.
I like that one. That's good, Charlie.
See, I'll have to remember yours again because don't forget, like when I took one of your jokes to our staff Christmas party, I ended up winning the round. So I'll have
I
to
feel that
remember
was my crowning moment. Nothing's ever going to beat that.
that. That was a good moment. I'll have to go back and find out what that joke was. I mean, I realized one thing that I never asked you before we started this video, before we get into the likes and dislikes. How are you?
Oh yeah, I'm okay.
We,
Yeah,
we speak to each other
yeah,
every week, and yet, we just haven't told these people how we're doing. So, how are you,
yeah,
John?
we're doing all right. Yeah, and so like everyone maybe probably already knows, we actually saw each other like fairly recently, didn't we, in real life?
In October, yes, amongst a load of other booktubers.
Yes, I know, but that was like an exciting thing. So it was actually
Was
Charlie and Charlie got to be together in real life.
We did, and as with every Charlie and Charlie occasion, we ended up seeing some absolute shenanigans at that train station.
Yeah, that was mad.
I'm never going to get
That was
over that.
crazy. What happens in York stays in York.
I definitely think that's a good way of looking at things. And for some booktubers more than others, I think the best thing that we can do is move straight on to our likes and dislikes. So for this edition of Two Likes and a Dislike, we decided that we were going to do Christmas songs again. This is something we've done previously, but there are a ton of Christmas songs. And it is only today that Charlie and I realized there are actually a whole host of Christmas songs we dislike. And
Saying that, you shouldn't out Christmas song haters.
I actually did have plans to try and trick Charlie and just include 3 songs I didn't like.
I literally thought the same thing.
But we decided we weren't going to be mean to each other, as this is the first time that we are back together in a long time, and people are already speculating that we have developed a deep disdain for one another. Shall I start things off this time round?
You go for it.
So, Charlie, the songs I want you to guess between, I like 2 of them, I dislike 1 of them, are Santa Tell Me by Ariana Grande, Stop the Cavalry by Jonah Louie, or Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Okay, but I've made my decision.
Okay, so which one do you think? Well, actually, can you tell us a bit about how you came to your decision before saying which one you think I dislike?
Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Everyone fucking loves that song. Like, I can't imagine you hating that song. So I'm gonna say that's a safe bet of you liking that song. Yeah, is that correct?
I'm not telling you until we've got through
Okay.
all 3.
Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna say that's like a safe my safe bet. Then I'm like down between Ariana Grande and the Rumpity Tump one. But I'm gonna say you don't like Ariana Grande one.
You're correct.
It's like I feel there's like an annoying vibe to it.
Yeah, so I will run through them all. So Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. I didn't give a specific artist for that one, and I'm guessing that gave it away straight away because I listen to like 50,000 versions of this every year. Ivy Levan has one on her Christmas EP that I really like. Delta Goodrum has one on her Christmas album as well. I really like that. I really like this song. There are some variations where I don't like it as much because they change the tempo and it kind of offsets me. But also, I like a duet in the car. So sometimes it just feels like I'm singing it and I'm turning, I don't know, Louis Armstrong into my backing singer. I don't know who that is. Jonah Louie, Stop the Cavalry, is actually a song that our mother wouldn't let us listen to when we were younger because it came out around the time that her brother was in the army. And there was something that happened, and the family didn't really know what was going on for about 6 months. And so it came at like the wrong time for her. But then my brother has started using it as one of those songs he knows that won't get out of my head. So if he ever wants to annoy me, he'll just start whistling this song. And you think, Charlie, surely that makes you hate it. And I'm like, no, I like it for that reason. And then the Ariana Grande, my goodness, that is a part of her career. Actually, like, I'm not the biggest fan of her as an artist anyway. I do appreciate the fact that now she has worked on her singing so you can tell what she's saying. But yeah, I've never been a fan of the high-pitched pop music.
That's fair enough.
So let's hear, well, firstly, well done. Is it going to be 2 for 2? Am I going to figure out which one you liked or which you did?
I get friendship points for this.
You get friendship points. I'm about to lose friendship points based on your likes and dislikes.
So the first one is One More Sleep by Leona Lewis.
Okay.
Let It Snow by Dean Martin.
Okay.
And then we've got Driving Home for Christmas by Chris Rea.
Oh no! Oh my Christ.
What? What do you mean? Is that not one it jumps out then. Action.
I saw your reaction to one of them, but then I'm like, I can't tell whether that's her reaction to that song or just to her own list. And like,
I don't know.
um,
I don't know.
with mine, we've had
I thought I
conversations.
put them down and sorry.
Sorry, it's just that we've had conversations in the past
You're
with
making me doubt myself.
with the songs that I've chosen. Like, I feel like it was very clear, but like I know that we're two different people.
Yeah.
And so, like, in my head, immediately I want to say one of them, but I'm like, maybe it's just because of the way that I like things. Ah.
Go through your process. Like, think about what's like the most likely to be okay, and then work back from there. You can be mean. I don't mind.
Well, I don't have anything mean to say about these songs. That's the problem.
You like all of them.
I mean, there are
So I'd
two.
be very good or very bad.
There are two that I skip, but like if they came on the television or someone was singing them, like I wouldn't have a problem with that. I feel like I've heard you sing one before, but then I feel like I've heard you sing two of them before, but then I don't know whether you've sang them ironically.
We've had too many conversations. I'm
We
doubting
have.
it
Well, you know,
myself.
we've been speaking to each other
I'm
now.
like, maybe. I'm like, have I previously said I've like? Yeah, yeah. I'm like doubting whether have I previously said I've loved it and then I've hated it. So I'm like, I don't know because I'm like, as a Charlie reacted to the thing.
We change. Like, I know for a fact there are songs that I used to really enjoy, like Christmas songs that were my favorite when I was a child. I now don't care for because I heard them so much when I was younger. But I also know that you and your children enjoy belting out songs, and you can belt out a Leona Lewis song.
It's really hard not to react. That's the hardest thing because you know, like it's really hard not to react.
I don't know.
You have to pick to start eliminating.
Is it Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow?
No.
Do you know that is the one that I wasn't going to guess would be on here anyway?
That's my favorite. Like probably out of all of them,
like,
especially
see, that's the one that I thought you'd sung.
Yeah,
that's the one I thought I'd heard you singing before. Yeah. And so my original process of elimination was just going to be like,
and specifically,
maybe she doesn't like driving home for Christmas. But then I was like, just put me out of my misery and I'll tell you the full thing.
I cannot stand driving home for Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, literally makes me want to vomit.
I knew when you first said the list, I did know that. That was the one I was going to guess. And I was like, is she trying to trick me? So that's why I went Let It Snow. God.
Let It Snow is like my number one, especially the Dean Martin. Like, that's
that's what I thought. I allowed myself to think about it too long.
Yeah, you
that was my problem because I was like,
I put Leona Lewis in there as like a little bit of a trick because I was like, will he think that I think that that's annoying? But no, I love that song.
Well, that was the problem that I had. That was the problem I had because I'm like, I have just said this about the high-pitched pop songs, but I don't mind One More Sleep by Leona Lewis.
I love that song.
And then, so I was like, you did that, and then you did the Dean Martin. I was like, well, that's a certainty. She likes that song.
Yeah.
And then, well, everyone, you got to see me psych myself out because
you trusted your Charlie instinct.
Yeah, you literally. This is like the third time she's told me to trust my Charlie instinct this morning, and I didn't do it, and I failed miserably. And
at least you got Leona Lewis right though. I feel like that was probably the hardest out of all of them. So I feel like you kind of went on the same vibe.
Oh my goodness! I mean, Charlie, you told me about the number of journeys you've taken in your car where you've just been belting out music. So I kind of knew Leona Lewis had to be one you were belting out. I should have just trusted what I thought originally.
You should.
It was my own prejudices that were stopping me because I have been known to be coming home from work when I had a car and play a CD in a certain way so that driving home for Christmas would come on as I was driving.
Do you love that song?
I don't love it. However,
but when you're driving home for Christmas.
When I'm driving home for Christmas, I quite like the drive home with that on. But I have to admit, one of the things that annoys me about that song that I only realised last year was how long it goes on. Because it doesn't actually change its lyrics so much. So I can understand why you don't like it. And I'm really annoyed with myself now. We might have to stop this video now just so that I can go and get over this. Oh my God. I just know that if your sister is watching this, Emily is in the comments telling me, I knew, Charlie. I knew. And that's making me more annoyed.
Yeah, she'll be saying that. Yeah. No, I feel like you went along the right lines though. So I feel like even though you got it completely wrong, because that was like my favourite one, but I feel like you still like you knew that it would be more likely to be a classical one out of the two.
I mean, what I like about this is that I literally, at the start of this, decided Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow was your favourite, and then was like, no, I'm going to say she dislikes that one.
Yeah, because you're contrary.
This is what I used to get in trouble for in exams. You overthought things, Charlie. I'm so sad. There's not going to be an episode 2 of this. I've had enough. I'm done. I'm going home. I'm going to Bethlehem on my own.
Get on that donkey.
It's a horrible thing to say to somebody without a car.
Oh, mercy, Charlie. I'm so sorry. So moving on. We're gonna move on now. Wait. Okay, right. We're gonna pull it back. Wait.
I don't think you understand how distraught I am right now.
I can see the pain in your eyes.
I am so upset. I've broken my own heart here.
It's over. No, it's not.
Wow. You could have just lied for the video, Charlie. That made me drop my pen.
Don't drop your pen.
Okay, we're going to pull things back now. We're going to go with our Charlie and Charlie Christmas gift guide. As you can tell, anything I choose today is probably not going to be a good gift for Charlie because I clearly don't know her that well. We have each of us chosen 5 items that we think would be good gifts for the people in your life. And Charlie, as the clear front runner in this friendship, is going to be the one to start things off.
Okay, right. This is an easy one. I'm not sure whether I mentioned this before. I may have done, in which case, apologise, regular Christmas cracker lovers. I'm going to say a framed bookish quote.
Oh. No, you haven't said that.
Because I just think that like you could really personalise it. You could find a book that you know someone loves, and
it's incredibly sweet.
Yeah.
Great idea. You're showing off immediately how thoughtful you are. But I also hate these things.
Yeah. I hate the framed bookish quote. I wish we get you one for Christmas.
I hate framed quotes of any kind. You know, like we get them in the shop as well, like live, laugh, love, and I'm like, just jog on.
That's terrible.
Two different people. I mean, I'm sorry, this is a gift guide, and there are, you know, for a bookish person who's not me, I'm sure that there are people out there who really enjoy getting a quote. Not a quote, yeah, a quote. It's a quote, a framed quote. Like that. Yeah. I'm just. I feel like if people are watching this video and they're just seeing the fault lines appear within this spreadsheet, they're just like, were they lying to us at the start of this video? Have they actually fallen out? Because I don't know you. I don't want this gift. Anyway,
Charlie, I want to hear.
I'm going to kick things off straight away with a brilliant present for when you really can't think of what to get a person. If they're bookish, buy them a voucher.
Oh no, that's good. That's safe. That's good. Good. Charlie, that's a good recommendation.
I always said, don't buy me a voucher. And then last year, I was just like, yeah, great. My family gave me vouchers. I still haven't spent them. They're there waiting for me. And I'm like, yeah, one day I'll get a book and I won't have to worry about paying for it. So yeah. I mean, they don't even have to be about books. You can get vouchers for anything. I got my sister a voucher to have her eyebrows threaded once because I just couldn't stand looking at a monobrow anymore. You know what it's like.
Jess, if you're watching, you look beautiful.
Anyway, what's your second one?
So mine is a bookshelf buddy.
Does your husband know about that?
No, so it's like I've got like for my birthday, my sister got me a little fox. Then you just sit it on your shelves, and it has like dangling legs. It's like weighted, and it can I'm calling it a bookshelf buddy. It's not really necessarily a bookshelf. You know, like a weighted creature to sit on your bookshelf. And it's nice. It's like a little decoration.
My next option is based on. I've told Charlie this already. I don't know whether it'll show up on camera. Slippers, because mine are falling apart. And I refuse to buy any because within the next 4 weeks, it's going to be Christmas. But as Charlie rightfully pointed out, slippers are a very, very personal thing. So you've got to know the person quite well before going out and buying them footwear. Because if anyone bought me a cheap pair of slippers that had cardboard in, then that would be it. I would like end any sort of friendship relationship or anything that I had with them over getting cardboard slippers. Only because somebody once bought them for me and they didn't last 2 months.
Oh no.
I basically live in slippers. I know. Yeah. But also as we've said last year and many years before, Christmas is the time of year where you can actually, if you've got the funds there to do so, you can buy something
Special.
relatively simple, but like a tarted up version. So, buy me some tarted up slippers. I'm not talking thigh highs and suspenders here, but some nice ones, please. What's your third option?
A book nook.
What's
I've listened to that before.
you're bringing all these words to me and these terms that I do not know. What is a book nook?
It's like a little like you can build it yourself. It's like a DIY. You can buy you can either buy them ready made or you can like how I did that little library and I
Yes.
homemade yeah and they can sit on your shelves and I'll send examples for you to stick on screen and they can so you can either get them pre-made or the best ones are ones you make yourself and they have little lights on them and it's a little space on your shelf that's like lit up and a little bit of intrigue. You can either have like yeah all
I
different
know
varieties.
what you mean now. I thought you were going for like home decoration here, like getting some builders in or something to
No.
renovate a room. Yeah, because I've seen a few people do this, and I'm pretty sure that you used yours as a task for mindfulness earlier in the year.
Yeah,
Um,
not this year, last year, but yeah.
Last year. Oh my Christ, we've been talking to each other for too long. But to do with the building as well, I'll go for my next one, which was Lego.
Oh, yay, that's good.
Only because like last year I was struggling to figure out what to buy for somebody, and then I found out like they have loads of different Lego builds. And so my brother's interested in farming. I got him a tractor. I recently found out that one of my customers, because her husband is in his 80s and he's struggling to find stuff to do, and he likes fishing, she bought him a Lego Kingfisher to put together.
Oh,
Apparently, since last Christmas, he's taken all the packages out and put them on the dining table. So, next year he might actually start it. So,
Lego's cool. You can even get like you can do flowers. You've like you said, you can
yeah.
do the birds. It's all different varieties.
And
So
I've
much.
seen that they do a 3-in-1 version as well, because I was considering getting that one for somebody this year, where,
Oh,
it shows them all these different things they can make with what they give them. Anyway, what is your fourth item?
a mystery book box. I'm fairly certain I have said this before, but I still think it stands.
Most probably, you're renowned for being repetitive.
Thanks.
So,
True.
did you have any in mind?
No, just like no, I haven't got any in mind. But I can send
Yeah,
you examples to put
I
on
can't.
screen.
I can't remember the book box service that I had, but if people follow this channel, they might remember
Bookishly is always
that
good.
I
Always good.
got one of these for Christmas one year. It came with all these questions, and my sister sent me messages, and she filled out all the questions for me. And I think they got me a year-long subscription because you can have it like 3 monthly, 6 monthly, or for the entire year. And it can work out incredibly well. It can also go a bit poorly. So it was like that year I found 2 books that I really enjoyed out of the 12, but there were, sometimes you ended up with books that you'd already bought, some that you had no interest in at all. But it was also nice every month to get that package through the door and wonder what they'd sent me this time. So
I like all the extra gumph. The gumph is the stuff that I think is the most fun.
I see this was one where you didn't get any extra stuff like that. You've got to make sure you know what you're getting.
That's true. It's
Yeah.
good note to have. What's your next one, Carly?
Okay, the fourth one from me is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are so many editions of this by now, and I think that it's a classic Christmas thing that a lot of people know of and they've seen an adaptation of, but they haven't necessarily read it. And maybe it would work more as like a Christmas Eve present or something for them to read before Christmas actually arrives. But I got a Christmas Carol, my Robert Ingpen version, for Christmas one year, and it's gone on to be reread every single year. There are so many different
Don't
editions.
give it.
You could find one that is illustrated in a style that the person you're buying it for really appreciates. Or I'm pretty sure there is one that's quite an interactive version as well. And I thoroughly enjoy the book. And I just think that if you like Christmas, if the person you're buying for likes Christmas, buy them a Christmas Carol. And what is your fifth and final item for the gift guide, Charlie?
a book candle, and I'm not just talking about a candle. I found one on Etsy, which I'll send you the image of.
Yeah.
It's an actual book in wax, like but like obviously an image of it, but in wax. But yeah, like it's lovely. Like
In my mind, then I was thinking they'd taken a pocket-sized book, shoved it into the holder, poured wax around it, and built the candle out of that. And as you burnt it down, it was just going to burn the book too, until nothing that was left would just be the spine.
that'd be quite savage.
And I just thought, for the book lovers among us, that might be a bit
Like,
heartbreaking.
it's a, like a wax. It looks like a book, but it's obviously like sort of
Yeah.
palm sized, and it's like an opened book in wax.
Although I suppose people should actually look into whether that could be done, making a book out of wax and creating a candle, so that every time you'd finished a page, you could just melt that one, move on to the next.
I mean, might be a bit messy.
Oh, it'd be a lot messy.
Yeah.
Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to mention my final one, and I've been building up to this.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be my favorite. Let's go for it, Charlie.
I'm going to tell you what it is, and then I'm going to tell you why. Nautical map calipers.
What? What the fucking nautical calipers?
So, if
Okay.
you were navigating on a pirate ship, then you might require calipers to chart your journey on a map. And as we are currently experiencing a lot of global warming, there is every chance that one day we will all be living on boats and we might require map calipers in order to figure out where we're going. Otherwise, you might be heading out on a journey and your GPS could be broken. Therefore, the nautical map calipers might come in handy in order you to figure out the way from Cheshire to Aldershot.
People.
And the whole reason this came up is because we got them donated to the shop last week and we had no idea what they were. And I had to do a little bit of Googling and I found them and I thought, yeah, this is perfect.
Well, I do want to be a pirate. I think you get bonus points for the pirate element.
Oh, I don't know whether I could be a pirate because I'm pretty sure I'd get seasick. And
Yeah,
also,
we can
people
fire.
really annoy me sometimes. So there'd be a lot of people getting thrown overboard and people would be coming to me like, Captain, you've just killed the cook. And I was like, yeah, he insulted my boots. Get out.
No, you could be a savage pirate, Charlie.
I really, really would.
Sure,
But
yeah.
I'd probably soon be a dead pirate as well because if people
I'd protect you,
also,
Charlie.
I love that I immediately insinuated myself as captain on this pirate ship.
He did.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting anything less. If I'm not captain on this pirate ship, I don't want it.
Am I like Smee then? Are you like Hook and I'm Smee?
Oh my goodness, that's it.
That's
Yes,
it.
that is it. You do wear a lot of stripes,
I do, yeah.
and I do like curling my moustache. If we have moved at all since you last saw us, then know that it is due to the darn limitations of the recording software with which we are condemned. So it seems that my idea for nautical map calipers has gone down incredibly well with my good friend Charlie. Wouldn't you say so?
Yes. Because we always get lost. So I think it's like with some consideration, I feel like it's necessary for us.
So that is our Christmas gift guide. Do you think that you will be acquiring any of the ideas that we gave you? Because personally, I think there's some great ones in there. I mean, that's, so that definitely I would never want to see. Some that would be great for regifting. So, keep your options open, is all I'm saying.
Regifting is always an option.
Regifting is a fantastic option and something I will not deny having done in the past. Sometimes you're given expensive gifts that you don't like, and you think, I know someone who'd appreciate this, and they then think you have more cash than you actually do.
The fun bit.
The fun bit. We're here. We have made it to the Charlie Challenge for the month of December, really. So we will be doing regular reading check-ins each week of the Christmas Cracker, but due to limitations based on the fact that I have a job and generally don't read, and Charlie has a life, and also has a lot of drag race to catch up on if she's ever going to make her children and me happy. We are just going to be doing the Charlie challenge for one book. You can't even see me pen for one book uh, this time around. The way that we're going to be choosing the book for this challenge is with a bookish game that we have concocted entitled Charlie's Ratings Are Right. And yes, this might just be based on Bruce's Play Your Cards Right from the 1990s, which, if you remember rightly, was all based on the higher or lower concept. I sent Charlie 10 books that I wanted to read. Charlie sent me 10 books that she wanted to read. And out of those 10, we chose 6 books to go into the play your ratings right game sort of situation that we've got going on here. So, how does that part work? We found out the average ratings of the books that the other Charlie wishes to read in December. And we're going to begin with one book, and we are going to let the other Charlie know the rating of that book, and then they have to guess whether the next book has a higher or lower rating than the previous one. If they guess wrong, then they have to read the book that they've landed on. If they guess correctly for all 6, then they get to choose which book out of those 6 they read in December. And this is only one book that they have to actually read. Therefore, to run you through things, I think I will start things off. And out of the 10 books that Charlie chose, I have chosen 6. And the 6 books that I have chosen for Charlie are What Happens to Belen by Elena Correa, Door to Door Bookstore by Carsten Henn, Slow Horses by Mick Herron, Blessings by Cukwuebuka Ibeh, The Fertile Earth by Ruthvika and Vincent by Barbara Stok.
Those are good choices. I like those choices.
And the reason that I chose these books is because when Charlie and I sent our photos to each other, we had 2 books that matched. And I decided to eliminate those because if I had wanted to buddy read these books with Charlie, and so I thought if I eliminated them from her list and they came up on one of mine, I could force her to buddy read it with me.
You can. You
Basically the way I was going with things.
And also that means you haven't cheated and seen the ratings for those books, which is good. So
well, yeah, it did mean that I didn't get to see the ratings of my own books, which now I'm thinking about it was a really stupid idea and I should have done that. However, I didn't. Here we are. Unlike Charlie, I have chosen to go through these books alphabetically. So the first book is What Happened to Belen by Elena Correa. Now, originally we were going to go with one bookish site to find out these average ratings, but changed our mind to Storygraph. And what I found interesting was how all of these books actually ended up having lower ratings on Storygraph than they did on the other bookish website. And I wondered whether that's just because the other bookish website had been around for so long and people might not have translated all the data over.
I think it's because where you can do, they do quarter stars, and I think it makes it more accurate because some of the books on your list are actually a little bit higher.
Ah, right. You see, I don't yet know how any of them work. I don't give out star ratings, as we know. But What Happened to Belen has a average rating of 4.25 on Storygraph. The next book is Door to Door Bookstore by Carsten Henn. Do you think that that book has a higher or lower average rating than What Happened to Belen?
I'm going to be quite confident with this and say lower.
Yes, you're correct. So the average rating for Door to Door Bookstore is 4.09.
4.09?
Yeah. So does Slow Horses by Mick Herron have a higher or lower average rating on Storygraph than Door to Door Bookstore?
This is a bit trickier. I'm going to say Slow Horses has a lower rating.
You are correct. Slow Horses comes in at 3.93 on Storygraph. The next one we have is Blessings by Cukwuebuka Ibeh. Is the average star rating higher or lower than Slow Horses by Mick Herron?
Oh, this is hard. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to say higher.
Yes! Blessings comes in at 4.14 to Slow Horses 3.93.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Now, this next one, I'm not going to lie, it's a close one.
Oh no.
Fertile Earth by Ruthvika Rao. Is this
Oh,
higher or lower than 4.14 for Blessings?
4.14. And
Fertile.
for this, oh no, I really want to read this third Earth. Um, so,
Higher
oh,
or lower?
so 4.14, you said is blessings.
Blessings is 4.14. Is the Fertile Earth or this Fertile Earth higher or lower?
I feel like, okay, I'm just gonna go with my instinct.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I just started myself.
What you've got to think is, have more people read Fertile Earth than they have Blessings?
We're right, but they're both were out last year, weren't they?
I I don't
Yeah.
know. I hadn't heard of any. I'd heard of one of these books. No, two of these books I'd heard
This
of.
Fertile Earth came out maybe, I think Blessings came out earlier,
Okay.
therefore have probably more ratings. I don't know if I ever think that's just going to even get
Yeah.
another element.
We've learned we don't need to overthink in these things, haven't we?
I'm probably going to get this wrong now. I don't know, Charlie. I really want. Uh, I'm going to say this Fertile Earth.
I mean, you really want to read it.
I'm going to say it's higher.
Yes, there we go. Fantastic. This Fertile Earth comes in at 4.18 to Blessings 4.14.
But I'm all right.
Haven't you got one more? You've got one more.
No.
You've got
Okay.
you've got to guess Vincent by Barbara Stok. Is that
Okay.
higher or lower than this Fertile Earth? I remember you've got to.
Okay. I'm quite confident with it. I feel like I'm not confident, but like I feel like this should be. I'm gonna say the Vincent is lower.
There you go. You got all six correct.
Yes.
So you get to pick which book out of the six you read.
I'm gonna pick this Fertile Earth.
Fantastic. There we go. We have completed the first Charlie's ratings are right. And now we've got to move on to me. And this is going to be incredibly difficult for me because I don't give star ratings. I have not looked up what other people's opinions of these books are before I bought them, which is a complete converse to what I usually do. And I don't have story graph. So
I haven't got the authors down, so you might have to tell me what the authors are because I
okay,
don't write them down.
that's fine.
Six books I have picked at random for Charlie is The Story of the Forest by Linda Grant.
Yep.
To Cook a Bear, The Skeleton Key, I think that's by Erin Kelly.
That is Erin Kelly, yeah.
The Christmasaurus and the Witch, is that right?
That's Tom, what's his face?
Tom Fletcher.
That's him.
The Comforters
More
by that
Spark.
Eurostark, yeah. And The Night Alphabet by Joelle Taylor, because I've got that one myself.
Okay.
So okay, you
Okay,
right?
this is terrifying to me. I really have no idea. I'm scared.
Right, are you ready?
No, but go on.
So we're going to start with The Story of the Forest by
Okay.
Linda Grant.
Yeah.
And the first average rating for this is from Storygraph is 3.71.
Okay.
Are we going higher? And or no, we've got to take the next book.
Yeah, I'll just I'll just say the next one's higher. I have no idea what it is, but sure, I'll say it. Sure.
To Cook a Bear.
Oh.
So the next book is To Cook a Bear. So do you think To Cook a Bear is higher or lower than 3.71?
I don't actually know. But as Charlie said, she told me to go with my guts, and I did say higher before she'd even told me. So we're just going to say higher for this
Okay.
one.
Yes. Higher is correct.
For this one, anyway.
Yeah.
We've got through one. Trust in the gut.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing well.
So To Cook a Bear is actually 3.93.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. You see, this was something that I thought about when I was like considering all this, and this is how Charlie picks books. Is that Charlie goes online and looks at ratings before picking up a book,
Yeah.
and I have absolutely no idea. So
Mostly when I buy a book for myself, I don't buy a brand new book unless it's at least 4 stars.
So you're going to have some idea of what people are thinking, whereas I have none, which is why I'm terrified of just calling things a day with this next one.
Okay, so The Skeleton Key is the next one. So we've got To Cook a Bear is 3.93, or The Skeleton Key. So is it higher or lower?
Again, I don't know. The whole reason I don't know with this one is because when I was looking between the two bookish sites, I noticed how things seem to have a lower rating on Storygraph. But is Erin Callie more popular than the other author, is what I'm wondering. So I'm going to say that Skeleton Key is higher. Well, there we go. What does this mean I read then?
I think
Do I read To Cook a Bear or do I read The
we
Skeleton
pick
Key?
it there.
Okay, so there we go. I lost. But I knew I was going to. As soon as we concocted this game, I knew that I wasn't going to do well on this one. Which, we're doing really well today. Charlie's having to deal with a lot of humility here today, having got the 2 likes and dislikes wrong and having failed in the middle on
Charlie.
ratings are right. But again, like I said, I always knew I would because I don't actually look at the ratings of anything beforehand. The only time I look at ratings or reviews is if I'm not liking the book. And so I'll go to the ratings and reviews to see whether it's going to improve from that. But, another good thing about this was we chose books we wanted to read. So I'm still getting to read a book I wanted to read, even if I did fail miserably and didn't even make it to 3 correct. Well, I didn't even make it to 2 correct answers. Some could say I barely made it to 1 correct answer. So there we go. I don't know the ratings of books. I'm going to pass it over to Charlie so that we can see if I would have improved. Let's just try and finish the game, see whether I've been right on any of the others. Okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
So what was the Skeleton Key?
3.8. So not too far off.
Okay, 3.8.
They're very close, I feel like.
The next one
is the Christmasaurus one.
I would have said higher, but then
yeah.
And so then we had
the Christmasaurus one is really a lot higher. It's 4.33. And actually on Goodreads it was 4.42. So this is a very, very highly rated book. It was a good book, actually. I've read that one. It's a good book.
I've only read the first, but this one came into the charity shop and I was like, I'm having it.
It's loads and loads of fun. I read it with Belle. It was really good. You should definitely still read it. So the next one is The Comforters by Muriel Spark.
Oh, lower than Christmasaurus?
Yeah.
Because I didn't even know this book until I found it in a shop.
That was by quite a lot. That was 3.52, which actually then makes it easier for the in theory, the night alphabet.
Higher. Yeah.
And it would have been 4.19. So yeah, and a big jump again. So
if you hadn't done these random, if you just done those last 3, I would have been successful.
Maybe if I would have done the order, would you
Oh god. Oh well.
Who knows?
Well, let's think. If I got to the end of the 6, I probably would have chosen To Cook a Bear anyway. So
would you? Well, that's perfect then.
Yeah, so it's that. Well, because I want to read The Story of the Forest and the Night Alphabet with you.
Yeah, we do. I
want to read The Christmasaurus and the Winter Witch of my own volition, and then the other 2 books are there.
But there may still be a chance to read. So people, if you carry on till week 4, there might be another chance.
Yes, we do have another bookish game planned to choose one book that we read within the first 3 months of 2025.
Guessing if you've got this Christmassy one, maybe we'll switch out Christmasaurus so you can still, if you want to read, we can switch out.
That's one reason that we gave ourselves the extra 4 books.
Yeah, so we'll switch. I'll pick another one at random for that.
Also, how would you have done in our ratings battle there? Would you have got them correct or would you have failed miserably like me? Do let us know in the comments. I think it's always nice that the person whose channel this is going on is the one who failed so that everyone can see that failure in glorious Technicolor. Yeah. Charlie is loving this. Charlie is.
No, I don't mind. I'm always sweet for you, Charlie. You know that. Well,
I'm loving the drama of it all anyway. In fact, I think that I'm the only one of us who ever gets something wrong.
No, I always get stuff wrong.
No, I'm talking about in terms of the Christmas crackers, because I remember one of our live shows where we did our likes and dislikes. Or did we both fail miserably then?
We both failed miserably. I think we didn't know each other at all.
I think that's the problem.
Yeah, that's
It's like just incredibly surface level.
That's so not true.
Like TV's Ant and Dec, we only play golf together once a year.
We talk for hours and hours every week.
I mean, maybe. We are now approaching the end of the video. We only have one more thing to do, really, which is to discuss a happy moment from the week. One of the reasons that we wanted to do this is because we are aware that there's a lot of terrible stuff going on in the world at the moment, and we just thought we could get together with each other, and you lot are included, and just share a happy or joyous thing that happened in the last week. And it can just be as simple as having a perfect cup of tea and a moment of quiet. So, Charlie, what has been your happy moment of the week?
My favourite moment from the last week has been seeing my eldest child open their main birthday present, and I'm taking them to Drag Race, the we're taking them to DragCon next year, and we're very excited, and we've got VIP tickets, and so yeah. And also, I'm very, very excited as well to actually then start watching Drag Race and all of that. So yeah.
I think that that's going to be one of my favorite parts of the next couple of months is you finally experiencing the drag race that we have wanted you to be watching. Like, I have been going on to Charlie since season 16 of the US show aired and began airing, that she needs to be watching this because this series is good and I want to be chatting about it with her. And she just did not have the wherewithal or the impetus, but now she does, and I am hopeful that
because for those of the people that don't know, like, I used to watch it regularly. This is something that me and Charlie bonded over in our friendship over Drag Race initially. So I've watched it for a very long time.
Yeah, we would literally be messaging each other every time the episode went online. I suppose we did do that with Doctor Who this year.
No, we still do that.
We did that with Doctor Who this year as opposed to doing it with Drag Race. And we did a lot of theorizing and stuff over that. But we did used to do the same thing with Drag Race, was that the episode would finish, and if it was on and I couldn't watch it till the evening, Charlie would wait around and then I'd be messaging her whilst it was happening. Or you know, the finales where I'd wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning just to watch it before work. Yeah, so I'm thrilled at the prospect of you actually watching the show now.
So what's your happy moment from the week, Charlie?
What is my happy moment from the week?
I feel like I look like I'm being lit by the fire, by the way.
I felt like the same thing about you. Like, I'm very cold over here, but I don't know what you've done. You look like you are within the basking within the fire. Yeah. A happy moment for me. Well, as we know, I am a giant cynic over here. Happy moment. Well, I did say at the beginning when we first said this that it can be as simple as a cup of tea, but I'm going to change that, and it's as simple as a cup of coffee.
Oh.
Going for coffee with my friend Joy after the writers group last week, and we were chatting about writing projects. So what we're both going to be writing next, a few issues we've got. She told me something about her current writing project that I'll share with Charlie after this, but you lot will have to wait and hear about it if the book ever arrives. A few work things as well. So yeah, but that coffee and just that chat, similar to the chats that Charlie and I regularly have on a Tuesday morning, it was just one of those nice times of putting the world to rights. So yeah.
That's lovely. I do think that's lovely. Honestly, chats with friends are like the best, like, as we know. So.
And I keep my friend circle incredibly small.
That's good though. I think a few close friends are sometimes.
You ain't within that core 5, you're beggared.
I can go bye-bye.
But yeah, there we have it. That is Charlie and Charlie's Christmas cracker set off, starting up for 2024. We realised that I know nothing about Charlie. But maybe next week, when we get to our 2 likes and dislikes about a film, then, you know, we might just recognise that Charlie don't know it about me either.
Yeah, I'll probably get that wrong. You're going to try and trick me. Do not try and trick me.
If you think you're going to buy anything from our gift guide, then do let us know about that. We always like to have a bit of fun with that. And have you got out to say before we end this edition of the Christmas Cracker?
Just everyone, let us know your happy things in the comments. Let us know how you got on with the game, like if you were joining in with us, like say all of that. And yeah, just tell us how you're getting on and sending you guys lots of love.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I am thrilled to be back with the Christmas Crackers this year, and we will see you all next Friday over on Charlie's channel with the second edition of 2024's Charlie and Charlie Christmas Cracker. He'll be telling some more jokes. We'll be catching up on how we're getting on with our reading and all that fun stuff, and I hope to see you there. So, yes, we hope that you have enjoyed all that you've seen in this video, because until next time, that is